Hey, hey everyone, Jasper here from Welcome back to a new Simpsons video, and we're back with a new re-reviewing of my favorite Simpson episodes. And this is another classic episode that I enjoy, and it starts with Skinner about to have his lunch, and of course, Superintendent Chalmers is like, Skinner! Like when he gets angry. But again, he's just doing it because, he just thought he would get a little fun with it. But of course, he's not angry. But he wants to show Skinner Superintendent Chalmers' new Honda. And they notice that the H on the Honda is missing. And they literally try to steal an H off of somebody else's Honda. And Homer is at the Quickie Mart and taking a donut and claiming that all these different toppings are part of the donut, which Apu, of course, claims that it is not. And Homer, when saying that this guy is getting arrested by the police, he finds an auto dialer machine. And Principal Skinner is going to be finding out who the culprit is, and they start with, the most obvious person that they can suspect which is Bart Simpson. Which, he gets hit with eggs, and they checked every locker except Nelson, which when they open it, it's empty. But there is actually a secret area in there, and the H was also in there. And Lisa is wondering who Nelson thinks he's trying to impress, which of course he's having to do some work with groundskeeper Willie for punishment. And everybody getting their stuff back from Nelson, and Lisa of course getting angry with Nelson of why do you have to be so mean all the time, and of course saying that her butt is big and kicks her. And of course Marge says that she's not so sure about this auto dialer, and she's hoping that Homer doesn't get arrested for doing this. And we have this funny thing with the internal happiness for $1, and Mr. Burns is like, internal happiness for giving $1, and he's like, I think I would rather keep the dollar. I mean, that would be something else though. Internal happiness for $1, again, it's just $1, but we know Mr. Burns is just a cheapskate. And Lisa is in band class, and we see her looking at Nelson working with groundskeeper Willie, which groundskeeper Willie gets sprayed, and Lisa is laughing. And her band teacher is wondering if she finds something funny, which, she's saying that she was laughing something outside, and then we get the whole Lisa likes Nelson, and so on and so forth, of the Millhouse, and then Millhouse like she does not, and of course again they go on go on, and then nobody likes Millhouse. And Lisa gets detention, and she doesn't even know how Bart is able to do this every week. Bart is used to it, and Nelson, of course, gives her some advice, which of course, says that he's the reason why she got sent in detention from laughing at him. And she uses the advice that Nelson gave to her, and she actually can't believe it was actually from Nelson, because he actually got it all done pretty quick. And Nelson gets this hive and throws it at groundskeeper Willie, and Lisa was wondering why she keeps staring at Nelson, and she believes that she is now getting a crush on Nelson. And then we have another one of my funny parts as well. We got another one of my funny parts in this episode, and one of my favorite funniest moments in The Simpsons as well, especially with the cut that it does to the the immediate cut that it does. And yeah, Lisa telling Milhouse that she hasn't really felt on this before, but she believes that she has a crush. And of course, Milhouse is thinking that it's him. But when she says Nelson, he burst his milk carton. And he's like, you like Nelson? He's a creep that chipped one of my permanent teeth. And yeah, she says that she likes Milhouse, but not in that way. And she says that she want to get the Milhouse out in Nelson, and but I'm all Milhouse. Plus, my mom thinks I'm the most handsomest guy in school. And yeah, Lisa then saying that Milhouse is more like a big sister, and he's like, "No, I'm not. Why does everybody keep saying that?" And then again, this is why I love early Simpsons a lot compared to modern Simpsons. And yeah, Lisa is telling Milhouse when he goes back to class to pass him this note, and if she sees whatever, or that he'll do whatever you say, she's bound to respect you. And of course, sure, what's a big sister for? And why did I say that? I just love that he says, sure, what's a big sister for? And then when they pass it, this is where I remember the first time watching this saying, just like, I was laughing so hard that I was hurting. And my eyes were watery just from laughing so hard of how hilarious the transition was to this saying. Again, just shows how great the early Simpsons is. And yeah, passing the note, and Nelson gets the note from Lisa and looks back at and why is Milhouse doing this? But when Nelson looks at Milhouse, he waves, he does his fingers and does his eyebrows. And it immediately cuts to Milhouse being headed out to the ambulance. Like, the immediate transition, though. And then Lisa's telling Milhouse he's so sorry, and the guys are like, he can't hear you now. We had to pack his ears with gauze. Again, though, when I first watched this scene, though, I lost it, though. Again, just shows how clever the jokes and moments are in early Simpsons is compared to the modern ones. But yeah, Lisa then tells Nelson that note wasn't from Milhouse, it was from her. And he's like, no girl ever liked me. And yeah, Homer got $2. Yeah, $2. And Lisa trying to do this trick with Snowball, but of course Snowball is being stubborn. And yeah, Bart is of course freaked out the fact that Nelson is in their house, and Lisa is telling Bart, don't blow this for me. And yeah, we see Professor Frank playing chess with this robot hand, and he actually recognizes the auto dialer, which he tries to get it back to his lab by turning on the wheels, but Homer literally just goes out and breaks off the wheels. And yeah, Lisa goes to visit Nelson and singing this song about a teacher being decapitated and saying, oh joy to the world in the first. And yeah, Lisa isn't so sure, or she doesn't know why she thought that she would be able to change Nelson, and she doesn't think that Nelson is right for him at all. I mean, life would be like that, though. It would be like that similarly, right? Like, you don't know why you would of liking somebody and not knowing if it is the one or not. Which, of course, we do see Lisa and Nelson in later, like, together-ish in later episodes, right? But, of course, she does with Milhouse as well. But Marge's talking about of how she changed Homer. And, yeah, Lisa thinks that she can probably change Nelson. And, yeah, going to get him this cool suit, and they going on this beautiful view of Springfield. And yeah, Lisa has her first kiss, which of course Nelson just did it just to keep her from stop talking, but he actually enjoys it too. And yeah, things are really good for the both of them until Jimbo and the others are making fun of Nelson. And yeah, Lisa's telling him to back off, and yeah, he tries to deal with it. And of course, saying thanks for blowing this for me. And yeah, they're gonna go to Skinner's house and pound and do his house with this Krusty Burger stuff. And yeah, then we get another funny thing, which a lot of y'all may know or remember. And yeah, the auto dialer keeps calling Ned, and he doesn't want to unplug the phone because he wants to be able to reach his mom. And then yeah, Homer is like, "Would you two shut up? People are trying to sleep." when Maude and Ned are arguing, he's like, "Would you two shut up? People are trying to sleep." And Skinner, hearing the bullies, Jimbo and the others, throwing that stuff at Skinner's house and thinking they're being under attack, which, yeah, they're throwing the stuff at his house, and Nelson actually comes, and, yeah, sticking their butts at Skinner, and his mom, Skinner's mom, wants to say what's going on, and he's like, "No, don't look out the window," and she just screams in terror. And yeah, the police arrive at Skinner's, and yeah, Nelson tries to get Lisa, but of course Homer says that she's the next one. And then once again, he tells Ned and Maude to shut up because people are trying to sleep. And yeah, Nelson claiming that the cops are after him for no reason, even though he was part of the whole thing at Skinner's. And yeah, the police come and they shoot the auto dialer. And of course they're going to be seeing Homer in court. And yeah, they say that they are giving up, and yeah, this is where the whole thing with Nelson and Lisa and their thing ends, when Nelson accidentally says to Lisa of saying that he actually was there. And then, yeah, him actually lying to Lisa. And of course, she thought it was foolish to actually think that she could actually try to change Nelson. So, when she's walking home, Milhouse is like, wanting to talk to her, but thinking that Nelson will get mad. But she says that her and Nelson are not together anymore, and she's like, who knows who my next crush would be? It pretty much could be anybody. And yeah, giving Milhouse a chance, right? But again, so many memorable moments, like the whole Homer telling Ned and Maude to shut up because people are trying to sleep, and also that whole thing with Nelson and Milhouse, right? And the whole transition to one scene to him being cut to the ambulance, and the whole, he can't hear you, we had to pack his ears with gauze. Again, like I said, this is why I love early Simpsons a lot more. I compare and prefer more than the modern Simpsons, though. Because again, early Simpsons has so many memorable, relatable moments that people can, and again, a lot of memes that were made as well. Again, just shows how good the early seasons are. I mean, again, I don't hate the newer seasons. I just prefer the early seasons a lot more. Because again, especially with the jokes, right? The jokes and the writing as well. Just, again, definitely really good. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Get the next one.